So after 30 hours of travel, I'm finally back from Berlin, landed in Alberta, Canada. And 3 hours later, I'm here making fucking content for you guys. Why, you may ask? Germany was fucking expensive and I'm pretty broke, but that's really besides the point. There was a ton of Firestick related news while I was gone, so we're gonna break down probably the biggest news that happened only 4 days ago. And that is, of course, what most of you have probably heard, 2 brand new models being released, most likely upcoming in October or November. Now, Amazon does run a pretty big event where they'll be unveiling all of their brand new Amazon products, and I know that's coming up in a couple weeks, so we're not too far away to know exactly what these are. However, that doesn't mean I won't speculate and tell you what they most likely will be. Now, if you guys want to see how my trip went in Berlin and check out some of my tech sponsors, that video is going to launch on Monday. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. And like always, for the first hour to 2 hours of this video, I will answer all of your comments down below. So go ahead and drop them and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's get into it.
We're on AFTV News, and if you don't know, they do like all sorts of news in like streaming devices, Fire Stick, stuff like that. Really great website, really great resource, run by this Elias guy. So make sure you guys show him some support. Go check out his website if you ever want up-to-date news. Okay, so 2 new models coming out. The reason why we know this is because they went and basically processed it through the FCC approval process, which they have to do. And the reason why we know they are Fire Stick models is, as AFTV News points out, and whoever this guy was that first mentioned it to him, they are labeled as digital media receivers, which is essentially a Fire Stick, right? It's some sort of digital media device. Now, could this be something totally different, a brand new streaming device? Maybe, but probably not. It's most likely a Fire Stick, because on brand, we haven't had a new one released since the Fire Stick Max, which was close to 2 years ago. So they are on cycle to release some new ones. Now, there's 2 different models, and as AFTV News mentions here, he labels them as M and K, and we know they're not exactly alike. Now, in fact, one of them has Wi-Fi 6E, which is the top newest Wi-Fi variant. It really doesn't make that big of a difference, and the only way to really benefit from Wi-Fi 6E right now is to have a specific router. So this isn't necessarily something that is going to benefit most of you currently, because our internet and everything hasn't caught up to the technology. And that's the same with the other one, which is a Wi-Fi 6 device, which is slightly lower. Now, there's a lot of speculation in this article on what they can be and what they might be. And the reason for this is there's obviously a few options. We haven't had a brand new 4th generation Fire Stick in a while, since the release of the 3rd. So that's, of course, a first possibility. And that is what I believe one of these models are. And my speculation is it's probably the Wi-Fi 6E device. So my guess is that brand new Fire Stick 4th generation is going to be that higher model. They're going to add a bunch of new additions to it, and you can expect an upgrade probably slightly in almost every single category. Now, as for the other one, it's a little bit more complicated because yes, we are in need of a brand new Fire Stick Lite. However, it doesn't make sense for the Fire Stick Lite to have either Wi-Fi 6E or even Wi-Fi 6, because that kind of just takes away from other models. So that just doesn't really add up to me. Now, my guess is it has something to do with the Fire Stick 4K. We've seen it go on sale for ridiculous sale prices over the last little bit, and it's kind of cycled through. They haven't released a new one since 2019, and of course they already have the Fire Stick 4K Max. So what makes sense is, instead of having the Fire Stick 4K Max and, improving on it because they just released it, they are instead going to release a brand new Fire Stick 4K, maybe a 4K Lite model that is slightly worse. So that's another little bit of the article here, is where he's deciphering what model he thinks it's going to be. And it seems like he's pretty convinced it's going to be a Fire Stick 4K of some sort. And maybe like a 4K Max or something like that. So I'm pretty excited to see what models they release here. We're going to know officially on September 20th. As soon as this event is aired, I'm going to be watching it if possible, and I'll be relaying that information back to you guys. So make sure you stick around for that video. It's going to be exciting. But that's really everything for today's video, guys. Just some really quick info on that brand new Fire Stick and a little bit of speculation. So let me know down below in the comments what 2 new devices you think are going to be released. And if somebody guesses it exactly right, I'm going to give you a little prize. So let me know down below in the comments. I'll catch you.